Jody Jackson does a great job covering the team. Let's get some thoughts. She knows that team well. Jody, nice to have you with us here. And obviously, they're in the deep end of the pool right now. They haven't been trailing in a best of 3 or 5, where now they trail for the first time in this postseason. They're walking into a tricky spot in Philadelphia. They're going to have to win a couple games there. You know the team pretty well. What's the mindset getting ready for a game 2? Let me hear.
Well, you're right, Mad Dog, and they haven't been in this position. Okay, they came in 5-0 in the postseason, taking out the Brewers in the wild card series in 2 games, and then, taking out the Dodgers, which was really cathartic for a D-Backs team that has struggled against the Dodgers. But Philly's a different beast. Milwaukee, they did have to come back in those games. You had Gallen that gave up a couple runs. Brandon Pfaadt got hit a little bit, but then they came back offensively. And frankly, the Brewers lineup really didn't have an answer for that. And so the D-Backs bullpen shut them down. And then the Dodgers, they teed off on Clayton Kershaw in game 1. They also got runs against Bobby Miller early in that game. And so they really came out against the Dodgers and were in control of those games. So now Philly, here's their first loss of the postseason. How are they going to respond? All year long, really, with this team, an 84-win team, 10-win improvement from last year, but they've been told, that their lineup isn't as good as it should be to be in this position. They've been told they don't have the depth pitching-wise, and they've been told maybe they don't belong, but they have really shied away from embracing any of that, and they really have a pretty good belief system in themselves. Now, they know the Philadelphia Phillies are a completely different beast, and they know that tonight is going to be a huge start for Merrill Kelly. Zach Wheeler last night was in control all night. You can hope, and the numbers for Nola against this D-Backs team, not good, an ERA above 7. So the Diamondbacks are looking to take advantage of this matchup here tonight and get right back in the series.
Now, Kelly, Lovella went in a little different rotation scenario. It was Kelly's time to start as far as the order was concerned. He went to Gallen, and Gallen didn't have it, at least early in the game. Kelly's got to keep the game stable first 2-3 innings, and don't let the Phillies jump out, which is what they have done very much against the Marlins and Braves. They've gotten off these leads. He's got to keep the game stable first 3 innings. How is he going to handle the intensity of this ballpark first hour of the evening? Let me get your thoughts there, Jody. Go ahead.
Well, it's interesting. Our broadcast team, Steve Berthiaume and Bob Brenly, they like to call him Merrill the mainstay, and Merrill Kelly's very steady. Look, Zach Gallen has had a great year, but he did not locate those pitches to Schwarber and Harper, and he got down immediately. So Merrill Kelly, he mixes his pitches. He even has more pitches that he throws than Zach Gallen does. He's got a little bit different arsenal. He's very good at locating, and you're right. It's going to be a huge first inning for him to keep them off the board. Hopefully the Diamondbacks can strike and maybe get back in it that way so they don't have to. The crowd is the crowd. That crowd there is fantastic. And so whether the Phillies are ahead or not, and, again, if you're the Diamondbacks, you're hoping you're not looking at a deficit early again. But, I feel like they've handled the crowds okay. We saw a pretty good crowd in Milwaukee, decent in L.A., but, again, Philly's different. I don't think Merrill will be faced. Merrill's been waiting for this chance, much like Zach Gallen, to pitch in the postseason. Neither one of them has pitched in a postseason game until this year. Merrill had a fantastic outing against the LA Dodgers, kept them at bay. He had a big lead the whole time, so this will be a little bit different animal. This will be a battle. There's no question about that. But Merrill came into this league in 2019 as the 30-year-old rookie from Korea. He's been waiting for this opportunity, and he's been just a fantastic part of this rotation for the Diamondbacks for the last few years. And this is his chance on the big stage here tonight in the NLCS. And you're right. He's going to have to locate those pitches. Look, for Zach Gallen, I know the whole thing was a grind. He got hit. But if he locates those pitches early in that first inning, this could be a little bit different game last night. The Diamondbacks offense didn't get shut out. They got back in it. So Merrill just has to do a better job of locating those pitches. These guys hunt fastballs. They're looking for that. If that fastball is anywhere near the middle of the plate, or even, they're going to hit fastballs. That's what they do, and they're going to hit them out of the park. So he's got to be a little bit careful, but not nibble, right? So that's how you have to navigate this lineup.
Not easy. Do you take anything out of the fact that the Diamondbacks made the Phillies sweat from 5-0 down last half of the game? You take something out of that as a positive if you're a Diamondback fan?
I do. And even the fact that they got 2 runs, that Perdomo hit that homer against Zach Wheeler, because, you didn't want to get blanked by their starter. So you see Perdomo in this situation. gosh, he's been a postseason performer for them. This is his second home run in the postseason. He started off that crazy 4-homer inning against LA, a guy that only hit 6 homers in the regular season. So you have to love that. I think it was important because Wheeler was cruising most of the night. And then, Sir Anthony Dominguez got in some trouble here. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see things get a little messy against their bullpen, or maybe even tonight against Nola. And this is a D-backs team that thrives in that situation. Unfortunately, that's the way that ended. But I saw that inning. The minute that that throw was wild to second, I kind of thought, this is the chance right here. Could the D-backs manage to get back in this game? And I really thought they could, but unfortunately didn't work out for them.
Needed more than one run there, 5-2. Needed more than one. They only got the one run. Jody, great job. Keep up the good work. Enjoy tonight. Thanks for a few minutes today on short notice, too. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.